Good morning, dear friends. Today I am going to discuss with you about the topic phases of bacterial growth curve. Now we know that whenever bacteria are provided proper nutrients and proper environmental conditions, they grow and multiply. So during this process, bacteria passes through various phases. So what are these phases we are going to discuss today. Now before going to actual discussion about the bacterial growth phases, we'll have a small look over the bacterial growth. What is bacterial growth? Now see, whenever bacteria are inoculated in a proper nutrient media and they are kept for incubation at a proper environmental conditions, they start showing their growth. Now here growth means an orderly increase in all cellular constituents of the bacterial cell. See, merely increasing the mass of the bacterial cell doesn't mean the bacteria are growing. Whenever we say about the bacterial growth, it means that the bacteria are increasing in their number as well as in their mass. And for that, bacteria must pass through a process of cell division. Normally, bacteria reproduce by asexual method, that is called as binary fission. Now, in this binary fission method, we know that a single bacterial cell divides and it produces two identical daughter cells. Here you can see that in the figure you can see that a single bacterial cell, it is undergoing cell division process, a binary fission cell division process, and it is producing two identical daughter cells. So this increase is in, you can say, an orderly increase in the number of bacterial cell. There is no random increase in the bacterial number of cell, but there is an orderly increase in the number of bacterial cell. That means one cell will divide and it will produce two cells. Two cells will divide, they will produce four cells. Four cells will further divide and they will further produce eight cells, and like that. So this is an orderly increase in the number of bacterial cell. So during this bacterial multiplication process, bacteria increase in their size as well as in their number. This is the graph which indicates, you can say, about the increase in the bacterial number as time is being passed. Here one thing we have to keep in mind about the generation time of the bacterial cell. This generation time means the time required for a single cell division of a bacterial cell. That means the time required for a bacterial cell to undergo a single cell division process and to produce two identical daughter cells. Now this generation time can be determined from the number of generations that occur in a particular time. We'll discuss about this generation time in the next slides. Now here you can see that the generation time given, it is 30 minutes. That means after each 30 minutes the bacterial number is getting doubled. That means a single cell, it is getting converted into two, it is going to divide and it is going to produce two identical daughter cells within 30 minutes, and so on. That means two cells will produce four, four will produce eight, and like that after each 30 minutes. So this is a relationship of generation time with generation time and the growth of the bacterial cells. Now this here is a table which indicates the generation time for some common bacteria under optimal conditions of the growth. See, generation time is different for different bacteria. That means the time required for the different bacterial cells to reproduce and to produce identical daughter cells, it is different. Here are some examples. For example, here Escherichia coli is there. If it is grown in medium glucose salt medium, it requires 17 minutes for a single cell division process. Bacillus megaterium, if it is, you can say, grown in sucrose salt media, it is requiring 25 minutes as a generation time. That means 25 minutes are required for the single cell division process. So other bacteria are also there in the table which are having different generation time for their single cell division process. Now see, whenever we are now here we are going to discuss about the bacterial various phases of bacterial growth curve. Now see, whenever bacteria are inoculated into suitable culture medium, that means a proper culture media is provided to the bacterial cell and they are kept for incubation at a particular environmental conditions which is favorable for their growth, and they are kept for incubation. So after some, you can say, specific time interval, if we are removing specific samples, bacterial samples from that culture media, and we are counting their numbers, so we will be having different numbers at different time intervals. That means, for example, after each, you can say 4 hours or 6 hours or like that, we are going to remove the samples from the bacterial culture media and we are counting their numbers. And if we plot a graph, that is a log of viable cells against the time, whatever curve we get, that is called as growth curve of a bacterial cell. So that means, in simple words, we can say that we have to keep the bacterial cells into the proper culture media. They have kept for incubation at a proper environmental conditions, and after each regular time interval, we are removing small specific quantity of the bacterial sample and counting the viable number of the bacterial cells into that sample. And these viable bacterial cells, cell number which we get, it is plotted against the time interval after which they have been collected. Whatever we get after that, whatever curve we get, whatever graph we get after that, that is called as growth curve of the bacteria. Now see, whenever bacteria are growing in a culture media, they are passing through various phases, which is actually the topic of today's discussion, that is the phases of bacterial growth curve. Now whenever bacteria are growing in a proper culture media, they pass through various phases, that is lag phase, second log phase, third stationary phase, and the fourth one is the death phase. Here that is a graph which indicates the various phases, that is lag phase also called as exponential phase, stationary phase, and death phase of the bacterial growth. We'll discuss one by one all these, you can say, phases of bacterial growth curve. First of all, we discuss about the lag phase. See, lag phase, during this lag phase, the number of bacterial cell, it remains constant. That means during the entire lag phase, the bacterial population remains constant, and the duration of this lag phase is from the time of inoculation of the bacterial sample into the culture media up to the initiation of the multiplication process. Now during this process, the bacteria are getting adapted with the environmental conditions because they have been transferred into nutrient media from their natural sources into the culture media, and that's why they are requiring some time for their adaptation with the environmental conditions. So during this lag phase, bacteria are getting adapted with the environmental conditions. During this lag phase, bacteria are synthesizing enzymes, they are synthesizing coenzymes, and also they are synthesizing the other essential macromolecules necessary for their growth. They are metabolically as well as physiologically quite active, but they are not undergoing any cell division process. That means they are synthesizing enzymes, they are synthesizing coenzymes, but they are also metabolically physiologically active, but they do not undergo any cell division process. That means the number of bacterial cells remains constant. Now how much time is required for a lag phase for a particular bacteria? So that means what will be the duration of a lag phase in a bacterial growth cycle? So that duration, it depends upon number of factors. The first factor is the medium, what medium you are going to select for the bacterial growth, whether it is favorable for the growth of bacteria or not. Second, what species is there which is growing in the culture media, what bacterial species is there. And third main factor is the growth factor, whether you have added proper growth factors, that is nutrients and other, you can say, vitamins into the culture media or not. If entire thing is proper, you can expect a proper, you can say, lag phase for a particular bacteria. In the graph we have seen that during this lag phase there is no increase in the bacterial growth number. So after the lag phase, completion of the lag phase, the next phase is called as log phase, which is also called as exponential phase. Now see, during the exponential phase or log phase, there is a, you can say, cell division starts. The bacteria starts their cell division process by the binary fission method. During this log phase, there is a steady increase in the bacterial number. The bacterial cell division is steady, it is constant, and it is at its maximum rate. That means out of the 4 phases, that is lag phase, log phase, the stationary phase and decline phase, the rate of cell division is maximum during the log phase of the bacterial growth. Now this growth, during this log phase, the bacterial growth is exponential growth. That means they show an orderly increase in their number. And during this phase, we can also know about the generation time of the bacterial cell, because during this phase itself the cell division has been started. So this generation time, we know that what is generation time? It is a time required for the single cell division process. This generation time depends upon, previously also I told you that it depends upon the species of the bacteria, second, nutrients which are provided, and third, various physical conditions like pH, temperature, light, and others. You can say also oxygen, which could influence the growth of bacteria. So these are some factors which can influence the generation time of a bacteria. We have also seen that different bacteria are having different generation times. So in this table we have already seen that different bacteria are having different generation times. So this log phase, during this log phase, which can find out the generation time, we can have an idea about the generation time of the bacteria. This generation time can be determined by knowing the, you can say, a particular by knowing the time required for a single cell division process, and that can be found out by this formula. Here see, G is the generation time, which is equal to T by N. So here T stands a specific time interval and N stands for the number of generations. If we divide the time period, a specific time period, by the number of generations which have been occurred, we can find out the generation time, that is the time required for a single cell division of the bacteria, by using this formula. Now here log N and log N0 is there. So this N0 indicates the number of bacteria at the initial state, that is at the at the time 0 minutes. What was the bacterial number? That means what was the number of bacteria when we have inoculated the culture media with the bacteria, and N is the number of bacteria at a time interval, at a particular time interval, that is T. So by using this formula we can find out the number of we can find out the generation time for a particular bacteria. The next phase after log phase is the stationary phase. Now during this stationary phase, a high constant population, a high constant number of bacterial cell is maintained throughout the culture media. There is a proper complete balance between the cell division process and the cell death. Now here not only cell division is there, but also cell death is also there. Why that cell death is there? So some factors are there which are responsible for the cell death. What are the factors? The first is the depletion of nutrients, because as bacteria are growing, multiplying, they are utilizing the various nutrients available into the culture media. So slowly there is a depletion of nutrients. Second, there is a accumulation of toxic waste material, toxic waste product into the culture media, because during the growth or multiplication of the bacterial cells, they are releasing number of toxic material into the culture media, so that toxic material is getting accumulated into the culture media. Third thing is there, that is there is a high concentration of bacterial cells. As time is passing, the number of bacterial cells into the culture media is also getting increased. And fourth one is there is a decreased oxygen level into the culture media, because there is a high consumption of oxygen by the bacterial cells if they are, you can say if they are utilizing bacteria, if they are utilizing oxygen for their growth. So along with that, there is a consumption of raw food material into the, you can say, in the bacteria, in the from the culture media. There is a degradation of ribosomes, and also there is a synthesis of enzymes. So all these factors are involved in the, you can say, decreased amount of nutrients available for the necessary for the bacterial growth and multiplication. And that's why there is a, on one side there is a cell division, and on the other side there is a cell death of bacteria, and that makes the, you can say, that is responsible for the maintenance of a constant population into the bacterial culture media. And during this entire stationary phase, due to this balance between the cell division and cell death process, there is a the viable count of the bacterial cell remains constant. You can see in the graph that the third phase is the stationary phase, which show the during this there is no rise in the bacterial cell number. In the lag phase, there is the constant population is there. In the log phase, there is a steady rise in the bacterial cell number, which indicates a straight line into the graph. And after that again there is a stationary phases there, during which there is no growth, there is no increase in the number of bacterial cell. After stationary phase, there is a fourth phase, the last phase of bacterial growth, that is called as death or decline phase. Now during this phase, the number of viable cells decrease exponentially. That means the bacteria are continuously getting decreased in their number, and that decrease in the number is also exponential. That means they are not randomly getting destroyed, or you can say they are not getting randomly dead, but there is an orderly death of bacteria during the last phase, that is death phase. And this occurs mostly due to the depletion of the nutrients, and also there is an accumulation of a large quantity of toxic waste products into the culture media, and that causes a decline or death of the bacteria. That is the fourth phase of bacterial growth curve. In the graph we can see that the last phase is the death phase, during which there is a decrease in the number of bacterial cell. So friends, we have seen that these are the four phases through which a bacterial cell pass when it undergoes a cell division process. The first phase is the log phase, during which there is no cell division, but only there is a increase, there is only the adaptation of the bacterial cell with the environment. In the second phase, that is log phase or exponential phase, during which there is a steady rise in the bacterial number. The third phase is the stationary phase, again during which there is no increase in the number of bacterial cell, but there is a maintenance of a high level of bacterial cell number in the culture media. The difference between the stationary phase and the lag phase, both are showing the flat straight line. The difference is that in the lag phase there is no cell division process, only bacteria are getting adapted with the environment, whereas in the stationary phase there is a cell division process, but also there is a cell death, and that causes a high level of bacterial cell number, a constant high level of bacterial cell number into the culture media. And the fourth phase is the death phase, that is decline phase, during which the bacterial number is getting continuously reduced. So this was all about the, we can say, bacterial growth curve and bacterial growth curve cycle. So I hope all of you have got this concept of bacterial growth curve. Thank you.